Hey, American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Northern Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Northern Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I as a contractor appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
What's up, everybody? Meteorologist Frank Gaetano here with your daily hail forecast. As always, sponsored by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and the American Contractor Show. You can check those guys out in the description to this video. Let's jump right into our weather headlines for today. There it goes. Okay. We have marginal wind risks in Texas and up in the northern plains. It's going to be mostly rain for Texas, as we do have a lot of moisture streaming up from Tropical Storm Pamela in southwestern Mexico, and then a couple tornadoes also possible up north in the South Dakota, North Dakota, and Minnesota region. And then tomorrow looks pretty quiet, and we'll go over the long range or longer medium range model forecasting to see what we have in store for the next several days as far as how the pattern looks. And then we'll check in the tropics. We do have one more disturbance that we're watching right now. It's the same one as yesterday. Not much has changed, but we'll look at that as well. First up, though, let's talk about the events we've got coming up this weekend on Saturday. The OU versus TCU tailgate. Game starts at 6:30. Our tailgate is going to start at 4 o'clock by the Bud Wilkinson House on Jenkins. I mean, I don't really need to sell you too much on it. Free food, free drinks. I mean, free drinks. Come on. Come out. You can talk to us. I'll be there before the game starts. We'll have John there, Justin there. I don't know if Derek's going to be there, but some of the employees will be out there. So you can come hang out with us, get free food and free beer, and you can watch the game there. We have a high-definition television. We'll have the game on, so even if you don't have tickets, come out and watch the game with us. We also have the Only Women in Roofing Retreat, the Grace and Grind. That's going to be in Dallas, Texas on 18th and 19th. This is a great chance for the women in the industry to go network with each other and talk about whatever you guys are working on in the industry. And it's a great way to meet other women and network within the industry. We have 2 people going to this as well. So come out October 18th and 19th in Dallas and come to the Grace and Grind. Last one up here, Orca Golf Tournament. It's October 25th. It's going to be at the Belmar Golf Club. Sorry, my head was right in the way. Belmar Golf Club in Norman, Oklahoma. We'll have a few people out there playing at that. So if you're an Orca member or want to become an Orca member, sign up for this. I've been to a few of these, and they're a lot of fun. I love these golf tournaments. So October 25th in Norman, come out to the Orca Golf Tournament. Let's take a look at yesterday's storm reports. Let's zoom in on in here. We had a few hail reports. I think we had like 8 yesterday or 12 or something like that. A few hail reports in the Central Plains, a couple here in the Southern Plains. Mainly wind and tornadoes, though. We had several tornadoes yesterday. One that wasn't reported. This morning around 5 o'clock, we had a tornado in Mustang, Oklahoma. And I know this because I was woken up by the tornado siren, and it was coming right towards my house and lifted right before it got into our neighborhood, so I got lucky for that. But that's a hell of a way to wake up in the morning. So we do have one more tornado that was right around here just to the west of the metro in Mustang. And let's take a look at our current conditions. We do have that complex of showers and storms that went through the plains last night, working its way eastward. This is going to fizzle out during the day, and we have a big cold front that's coming all the way across the nation, down through Texas. That's going to be working its way eastward and southeastward in the central and southern plains into the Midwest today. I think it's going to stall out down here in Texas. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's zoom out and take a look at the temperatures here. Pretty wide array of temperatures. We got 53 in Denver, 70s in Atlanta, 86 down in Miami. We do expect some pretty high temperatures tomorrow and going into the weekend for the East Coast, possibly some record high temperatures as this system works its way eastward and brings up a lot of that warm air from the Gulf. So warm, moist temperatures, conditions going to be along the eastern part of the country. This is what I'm talking about for the cold front that's moving through. Right now we're 83 in Dallas. We're going to see this cold front kind of push into Dallas this afternoon, but it's going to retreat. You see the temperatures dropping there a lot because we're getting into the evening hours, so those temperatures are going to drop anyway. But I do expect it to stall out and kind of retreat back a little bit, and that's going to be a focus for a lot of rain in Texas as we have Tropical Storm Pamela down here in Mexico, and it's just bringing up all that moisture. So there's going to be a lot of rain in a pretty wide corridor in Texas, going down through here and then to the east of San Antonio and Austin. So expect a lot of high rain totals going through that particular area of Texas with all that moisture being brought up and that front stalling out. And let's take a look at what that looks like on radar. We'll see this run through around 2 p.m. We do see a couple storms, thunderstorms in the DFW metro. I don't expect hail with these, but possibility of maybe 5% chance of some gusty winds in the 60-mile-an-hour range as those move to the northeast, and that cold front tries to push eastward and kind of stalls out. And then look at all of this rain. So today's mainly a rain event for Texas. We do have the marginal wind risk, though, if we can get some of those storms to use some of that instability and get some good downdrafts and outflows from those showers and thunderstorms associated with this cold front. So wind gusts in the 50 to 60 mile an hour range are possible with some of these storms, and we'll see that complex continue to work its way eastward into tomorrow morning. And then we have one more area to look at. We'll look at the northern plains, South Dakota, North Dakota, and Minnesota. So we see this low just spinning right here, and it's going to be working its way to the northeast. And then around 4 p.m. Central Time, we see some isolated storms popping up. They're going to be moving northeastward, and a couple of these may gain some rotation, and so there's a marginal risk for a couple tornadoes to occur to the southwest and then into the Fargo area, and then a couple also possibly in western Minnesota. So we see those rotate up to the north, so a couple of these could gain some rotation. We could see some probably pretty weak tornadoes if anything happens. I wouldn't expect any strong tornadoes out of those storms today, and so we'll let that run through as that just works its way up into Canada into the morning hours, and the whole low pressure system is just going to keep pushing off east with the cold front kind of sagging behind it and pushing eastward over the next couple of days. And here's our wind forecast. Let's take a look at what this looks like on our graphics. We'll zoom in down here. Pretty low chances across the board. Low chance for Del Rio, low chance for Austin. Same thing goes for San Antonio, and a low chance for Dallas-Fort Worth. Like I said, mostly going to be a rain event today. We could see a couple of storms get those gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour, but generally a pretty low chance. We'll work our way up to the north. Low chances again. This is going to be mainly a tornado risk, I think. Pretty non-zero, but still low chance for Aberdeen and Fargo. I think Bemidji might be over here in Minnesota, so low chance for you guys as well. That should kind of wane as soon as the sun goes down. You're not going to really get a lot of stuff going on after the sun goes down, especially this far north this time of year. Tomorrow's hail forecast. none. We're looking at a quiet day tomorrow. Not really expecting any severe weather. We will see scattered showers and thunderstorms going through the Midwest and working their way eastward tomorrow, but I don't really expect any of that stuff to get to severe limits. So generally a pretty quiet day tomorrow. Here's what we have in store for the future. You see that low pressure moving off to the northeast and then slowly working its way eastward. We have this trough going through the central part of the country. So this is Friday. Possibility for some marginal risks going into Friday and Saturday out ahead of this trough. So I'd expect there to be a risk somewhere in this area on Friday and then work its way eastward on Saturday. Pretty low end, mainly wind driven risks with that, but generally going to be pretty quiet moving into the weekend and going into the beginning of next week. We see high pressure building in as this ridge builds into the center of the country. So this is going to be a pretty quiet pattern for a couple of days going into early next week. I don't expect really much on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday until we start seeing this trough off to the northwest dig its way into the central part of the country. So maybe, mid to late next week we could see a couple of severe weather chances pop up. We'll have to see how that plays out. Let's jump into our tropical outlook. Same system as yesterday. It hasn't really done much, and there's not really too much to update on. 10% chance over the next 2 days and 10% chance over the next 5 days. That is a copy paste from yesterday. So we'll have to see how this plays out, but I do believe we're starting to wind down here for the Atlantic tropical season. So not really too much to talk about there. I don't expect there to be too much to talk about going forward. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, TikTok as well. We're at HailTrace for all of that, so pretty easy to find us. If you want to get in contact with us, 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hailtrace.com, or if you want to check out our website to see who we are and what we can do for you, just go straight to hailtrace.com. I'm meteorologist Frank Gaetano. Everybody have a great rest of your Wednesday.